Hey, welcome back. Wow, we are getting along nicely. Today, I want to address a very sobering topic, knowing when to quit. Stay tuned. Now, this is a very sobering topic because how could we be talking about knowing when to quit when all this time we have been saying, keep going, you have made a commitment, hang in there, stay committed, stay the course, and so on. Knowing when to quit. The fact is, sometimes the commitments that we take on, they are not God honoring. And sometimes God has the purpose that God has for us has been fulfilled at a certain point. If in our commitments we realize that, and that is why God gives wisdom, that it is, if we have taken on a commitment and somewhere in the midst of it, we realize that it is not God honoring, that it is a commitment that is actually pulling us away from God rather than helping us to get closer to God, then this is something that we seriously need to consider getting rid of. But wait, not so fast. We ought, because sometimes there are some things worth remaining committed to, even though in the present moment, it doesn't appear to be of benefit to us. So we have to be mindful of the big picture, be mindful of the future. We have to be discerning. But what I want us to realize is when we are going to break a commitment, we must ask ourselves, if I quit now, is quitting this particular thing in keeping with the word of God? Or is there anything in the scriptures that would discourage me from quitting this particular commitment? I hope that makes sense, because sometimes it seems like just the reasonable thing to do to quit. But then sometimes commitments have some necessary hardships in them, because God is interested in our holiness more than he is interested in our happiness. And sometimes these hardships, it could be God disciplining us, and he disciplines those he loves. And it could be that God is teaching us, training us, so that we can be of benefit to someone else. That is why we must live according to the Spirit and live according to the word, so that we are guided all the time. But when we are going to quit, if we should quit, we must consider if quitting is in keeping with the word, or if it's discouraged by the word, so that should guide us. We must look at how the impact it has on our relationship with Jesus Christ. And we must pray for wisdom to make the right choice. And also, we should consult with our spiritual leaders, our spiritually mature friends, those who have your best interest at heart and who may be more wise, more experienced than you are, before you quit. But there are times when quitting is necessary, and we ought to know when to quit, even while we remain committed to God. Listen to what the word says. Philippians chapter 2. Therefore, if you have any encouragement from being united with Christ, if any comfort from his love, if any common sharing in the Spirit, if any tenderness and compassion, then make my joy complete by being like-minded, having the same love, being one in spirit and of one mind. Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value others above yourselves, not looking to your own interests, but each of you to the interests of the others. My friends, know when to quit. Here's your commitment challenge for today. Thank you for watching. And as you go throughout today, remember the word, remember the challenge, and always remember God speaks.